Welcome back. We are now in section 9, the detailed mapping of enterprise goals to IT-related goals. This has been taken from one of the appendices in the COBIT 5 main guide. You might recollect in the goals cascade as part of the principle number 1, meeting stakeholder needs. The goals cascade at the top, it begins with the stakeholder needs to be identified, and which is done based on the influences which create those stakeholder needs. And once the stakeholder needs are identified, the next step in the cascade is to translate them to enterprise goals. And then the second cascade is to move from the enterprise goals to the IT-related goals. The third one is to move from IT-related goals to the enabler goals. So we are in the second step of the cascade, detailed mapping of enterprise goals to IT-related goals. So let's see how this works. Now for the exam, you don't have to remember this table. You only have to understand that such a table exists, which is a mapping provided as a template in the COBIT 5 guidance, which organizations can use, and they may create their own such mappings, or how they can leverage this mapping and benefit from this. Now, this table was created based on inputs from a couple of areas. One, of course, from ISACA themselves during the development of COBIT 5 and its review, and also it was an output from the research by the University of Antwerp, wherein they have the Management School for IT Alignment and Governance Research Institute. And in these tables, we have in the leftmost column, we have split this table into two parts because of the length of the table. So what you see towards the bottom left is the upper section of the table, and what you see in the right side is the lower section of the table. So you have to actually, if this had to look like one single table, you'll have to move up the left side to the top of the right side table. And so in going to the left one now, the left side bottom one, we have in the leftmost column the IT related goals. Therefore, those are the ones we can see them in the right side table. In the same column, IT related goals, the first column, that is, which are numbered from 0, 1, 2 onwards until 17. For example, we have number 1, alignment of IT and business strategy, and so on. We did have a very quick look at this in the initial sections when we were discussing the principles, but now we have a more clear understanding of this to be obtained here. Then going back to the left side table portion, we have the enterprise goals listed, and again, these are written vertically. There are 17 enterprise goals, and I would like to pick up just as an example, the 7th one. I will read this for you. The 7th one is business service continuity and availability. So go to the same column on the right side top, identify number 7 there, and look at the column number 7 throughout from the top to bottom in the right side table. You will see there are some letters S and P in that column. Now let's focus on the letter P. The first letter P is coming at number 4, the IT goal, which is managed IT-related business risk. Then if I go down further on the P's and S's, we see the next P is appearing at number 10, security of information, processing, infrastructure and application. And then we have further down one more P in column 7, which maps to row number 14, availability of reliable and useful information for decision making. What those P's mean is these 3 P's, meaning those 3 IT-related goals against those P's, are strongly connected to this number 7 enterprise goal. So the number 7 enterprise goal strongly maps to those 3 IT-related goals, specifically IT goal number 4, IT goal number 10, and IT goal number 14. So that's how this table should be read. Now, every organization can use this table as is, but rather than using it mechanically, they can actually adapt it. For example, they may be thinking about further or any other IT goals which are not listed here. They could even think of other enterprise goals which are not listed here, even though they should be finding most of the common ones which are used in most organizations. Now, the second thing we have to understand is the letter S. So going back to column 7 in the right side, column 7, we see letter S against row number 1. We see the letter S against row number 7, 8, and also, those 3 letter S's. So there are 3 P's and 3 S's. The letter S stands for a secondary relationship, not a strong one, not too strong as the P, but it's less important. whereas the P's are for the more important relationships. But there are relationships in any case in both the P's and S entries. So which means for number 7, once again, that number 7 is business service continuity and availability, that enterprise goals, that maps to 3 secondary IT goals. And those are number 1, alignment of IT and business strategy. Then we have number 7, delivery of IT services in line with business requirements. And then we have number 8, adequate use of applications, informations, and technology solutions. So these are the 3 S's there. So in total, 6 IT-related goals which map to enterprise goals. Now, this table can also be looked at in a slightly different way. So, for example, if you're looking at, and let's say I pick up IT goal number 9, IT agility, you can see there are several S's and P's here on that row. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 S's, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 P's. And that will tell us IT agility is connected either in a primary relationship or a secondary relationship with several enterprise goals. So IT agility is connected with enterprise goal number 1, and also with enterprise goal number 2, 3, 6, 8, 11, 13, 14, 16, and 17. Now, some of those are primary relationships and some are secondary relationships. So these kind of reflections should be done on this table. That can be very useful to understand the table quite well. So let's close the loop on the number 9, IT agility. The number 1 enterprise goal that it is connected to is the stakeholder value of business investments. Then number 2 is a primary connection, which is portfolio of competitive products and services. Number 3, enterprise goal, there's a second relationship, and that is manage business risk, safeguarding of assets. That is, all of these are connected with the IT agility related IT goal. Then we see an S in column 6, and that is a customer-oriented service culture. That is also part of the IT agility. Then we have in columns 8, primary, and column 8 is about agile responses to a changing business environment. And we can see the word agile appearing in not only in the enterprise goal, but also in the number 9 IT agility IT goal. So that's how we should process the remaining entries in row number 9 IT agility. So that should give us some clarity. And if we have an example of how the mapping is done, and in fact, I spoke about the entries I was talking about are actually clarified in this example on this slide. So essentially, I had taken up initially enterprise goal number 7, the business service continuity and availability. And we see here in this example, they are mapped to 3 primary goals, primary IT goals, and also 3 secondary IT goals. And then I did that in the reverse way. We took an IT goal number 9, which was about IT agility. And then I was showing you how it is connecting with a primary relationship with 4 enterprise goals and with 6 enterprise goals in a secondary relationship.